Miss, yes, please lead the prayer. Amen. Good morning, class. So before you take your seat, please pick up all the papers under your chairs and tables. You may sit down. So before we start, mag-check muna ako ng attendance, okay? So, sino absent for today? No one? Okay, very good. So, before we proceed to our next topic, who still remember what was our lesson last meeting? Yes? Very good. So, our lesson last meeting is all about the types of molds and its structure. Okay, very good. So, who can give me at least 2 types of molds? Yes? Very good. So, parang naintindihan nyo naman yung last topic natin, di ba? Okay. So, before we proceed to our next topic, magbibigay muna ako ng activity. Okay? So, this is the group 1 and this is the group 2. I'll give you a envelope which contain a scrambled letters. And then, your task is to arrange these letters, okay? Okay. Here's the group 1. Here's the group 2. Okay, it looks like everyone got a correct answer. Sino may idea if what was our topic is all about today? Anyone? Yes? Very good. So, our topic for today is all about the factors and effects of molds grown in food. Okay, very good. Okay, so effects of mold grown on food. So first is the spoilage. So visual changes. So yung effect ng molds sa food is visual changes, which is discoloration. So nagbabago yung color ng food natin. Second is textural changes. So, nagiging softening. So, ang effect ng molds sa food natin is nagiging soft ang mga food natin. Next is other changes. Musty smell. So, yung effect din ng molds sa mga foods natin is nagbabago yung amoy ng foods natin. Like musty smells. So, yung musty smells, parang amoy lupa, nagiging amoy lupa yung mga foods natin. So, next is effect of mold growth on food is the nutritional loss. So, nutrient consumption. Molds consume and break down nutrients. So, yung mga molds, kinukuha nila yung mga nutrients na nasa food natin. Second is reduce value, decreases the nutritional content of food. So, kinuha nila yung mga nutrients na nasa food natin, kaya nababawasan yung mga nutrients na nasa food natin. Next is mycotoxin production. Toxic substances produced by certain molds. So, when we say mycotoxin production, it is nag-produce ang mga molds ng poison sa mga foods natin. So, invisible threat, often undetectable by sight. So, di ba, nag-produce ang mga molds ng poison sa foods natin. So, yung mycotoxin or yung poison na yun is hindi natin makikita sa food. Hindi natin maamoy kasi invisible yung poison na yun sa food natin. Next. natin dahil sa maliit na acid lang. So, physical damage. Entry points, bruises, cuts, and other physical damage to foods can create entry points for mold spores. So, yung effect ng mold sa pagkain natin is yung entry points ng mold sa mga food natin is sa mga bruises, cuts, and other physical damage. So, dahil sa mga bruises, cuts ng mga foods natin is may chance na pumasok yung molds sa food natin. Example nito is this one. So, here, sa picture, makikita naman natin ang foods na may cuts, na may mga molds. So, dahil sa mga physical damage ng mga foods natin, nagabigay siya ng chance sa mga molds para mag-grow sa loob ng food natin. So, lastly, of the effect of the molds sa food natin is yung storage conditions. So, poor ventilation. So, poor ventilation increases humidity. So, pag hindi maayos yung daloy ng hangin sa storage natin, kung saan tayo nag-store ng mga food, is nag-increase yun ng humidity. So, temperature fluctuation, create condensation. So, nag-increase ng humidity dahil sa hindi maayos na daloy ng storage natin sa food, kaya nag-condensation. So, yung condensation, ito yung parang nagpapawis yung storage or saan natin nilagyan yung food. So, dahil dun sa pagpapawis or dun sa condensation na yun, nagabigay siya ng tubig or water sa food natin. So, di ba nga, like kung sa nung una, so need na mga molds ng water para mag-grow. So, dahil sa condensation or sa pagpapawis, nagabigay siya ng water sa food natin. Kaya, may chance na magka-molds yung food natin. Okay. May tanong anyone? May tanong ba about sa effect of molds growth on food? Yung mga molds na grow sa food, mga effect nila? Okay, very good. Naintindihan lang ba? Okay, very good. So, let's proceed to the factors influencing mold growth. So, natapos na natin i-discuss yung effect ng mold sa food. Ngayon, i-discuss naman natin, i-discuss ko yung factors ng mga mold sa food. So, first is temperature. So, ideal range 20 to 30 degrees Celsius or 68 to 86 degree Fahrenheit. So, itong temperature na to, 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, ito yung temperature na hindi masyadong mainit and hindi din masyadong malamig. So, ito yung temperature na sakto lang, hindi mainit talaga at hindi din malamig. So, dahil dun sa temperature na yun, may chance na magka-mold yung food kasi need nila ng ganong temperature. Karamihan sa mga molds na need nila mabuhay sa saktong temperature lang. So, psychotropic molds grow in refrigeration. So, yung psychotropic molds, ito yung mga molds na nag-grow sa mga malalamig na lugar or sa refrigeration. So, next is thermophilic molds tolerate high temperatures. So, if yung psychotropic molds nag-grow siya sa malamig na temperature, yung thermophilic molds naman is mas nag-grow or nabubuhay sila sa mga mainit na temperature. So, again, yung mga molds na nabubuhay sa mga malalamig, ang tawag is psychotropic molds. Good. So, ano naman yung mga molds na nabubuhay sa mainit na temperature? Thermophilic molds. Very good. So, next, under sa factors ng molds sa food natin is moisture or humidity. So, water activity or So, minimum of 0.6. So, yung water activity naman is, ito yung mga konting tubig lang na pro-produce ng food is, dahil sa tubig na yun, need yun ng mga molds para mag-grow. Kahit konting tubig lang, ayos na yun sa mga molds para dumami and mag-grow sila. So, high humidity leads to condensation. Ito na yung kanina. Pag mataas yung humidity sa area kung saan tayo nag-store ng food, is nag-lead siya ng condensation. Ito na yung pagpapawis sa pagkain. Nagbibigay siya ng tubig sa food, and dun, nagkaka-chance ang mga molds na mag-grow dun sa food na yun. Okay, so next is oxygen availability. Aerobic, most needs oxygen. So, karamihan talaga or most of the molds, kailangan din nila ng oxygen. Parang tao lang din ang molds. So, like yung tao or yung molds need ng oxygen, ng water, ng nutrients para mabuhay. So, yung mga molds din, need din nila ng oxygen para mabuhay sila. Nutrient availability. Versatile. Molds utilize sugars, starches, proteins, and fats. So, yung mga molds nag-utilize siya ng mga nutrients na nasa food like sugars, starches, proteins, and fats. Okay, so here's the continuation. Okay, so next is health risk. So aflatoxin. I have here an example of molds na, and then yung mga sources nila and yung mga rays na nakuha natin sa molds na yun. So yung example ko dito ng mga molds is yung aflatoxin, organotoxin A, and patulin. So, wait lang. Aflatoxin. Here. I have here a example or a picture. Aflatoxin. So yung aflatoxin, andito. So, aflatoxin. So, ito, aflatoxin, organotoxin A, and patulin, ito yung mga mycotoxin or mga poison na nag-produce ang mga mold. So, sa aflatoxin, ito ang poison na pinoproduce ng aspergillus. So, yung aspergillus, this is a type of molds na nag-produce ng aflatoxin na poison sa food natin. So sources, peanuts and corn. So, peanuts and corn. So, yung aflatoxin, yung poison na aflatoxin, nakukuha natin ito sa peanuts and sa corn. So, yung risk ng aflatoxin is liver damage and cancer. So, next is the ochratoxin A. Okay, so, wait lang. So, ochratoxin A. So, this is a mycotoxin or a poison na nakukuha natin sa penicillium. So, yung penicillium, ulit, ito yung types ng molds, and yung poison na nakukuha natin sa penicillium na molds is yung ochratoxin A. So saan naman natin makukuha ang ochratoxin A, ang poison na ito? ng poison sa food, sa grains, and sa coffee, and then nagaproduce ang molds ng poison, which called ochratoxin A. So, yung risk ng ochratoxin A is kidney damage. So, dahil sa poison na yun, maaari tayo magkaroon ng kidney damage. Okay. So, next is patulin. Okay, patulin. So, again, this is a mycotoxin or a poison na galing sa molds. So, saan nga ba nagaling ang patulin? So, galing ang patulin sa Bisoclamis. So, ang Bisoclamis, this is types of molds. And makikita natin ito sa food na apple. Nag-grow ang molds na ito sa apple. So, ang tawag ulit sa molds na nag-grow sa apple is Bisoclamis. So, nawa po ang nag-produce ang Bisoclamis na poison, tinatawag na patulin. So, ang patulin, dahil ito, ang poison na ito is galing sa Bisoclamis. So, sources, okay. Sources ng patulin is sa apples. So, health risk. So, gastrointestinal issues. So, next is allergenic reaction. So, mold spores triggers allergies. So, mas trigger ng molds yung mga allergies ng mga tao. So, symptoms, respiratory issues, and skin rashes. So, here are the symptoms of the molds. Allergenic reaction. So, sneezing, everyone read, sneezing, coughing, red eyes, post-nasal drip, nasal congressions, wheezing, shortness of breath, and dry cough and chest tightness. So, ito yung mga symptoms na makukuha natin dahil ito yung mga symptoms na mararamdaman natin dahil sa mga molds. So, anyone may question ba about topic natin for today? Okay. Very good. Naintindihan ba? Are you sure? Okay. Para malaman ko kung naintindihan ba ng lahat, magtatanong ako. Okay ba yun? Okay. So, first question. What is the ideal temperature range for most molds to thrive? Anyone? Ano yung temperature ng mga molds para nag-thrive sila sa food? Ano yung need na temperature ng molds para mabuhay sila? Anyone? Yes? Very good. 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Okay. So, may question pa. So, second question. What type of damage can create entry points of mold spores in food? So, anong type ng damage na nag-create ng entry points sa mga molds sa food natin? Ano mga damage? Physical damage? Yes? Okay, very good. Like bruises and cuts. Okay, very good. So, last question. So, what do you call the toxic substances produced by certain molds? Ano ang tawag sa toxic substances na nag-produce mga molds? Anyone? Yes? Very good. So, tawag sa toxic substances na nag-produce ang mga molds is mycotoxin. Ito na yung poison na nag-produce ng mga molds. Ano ang tawag doon? Mycotoxin. Very good. So, parang naintindihan naman ng lahat, di ba? So, ready na ba kayo para sa ating quiz? Okay. So, are you ready for our quiz? So, please write. So, 5 items lang to. Please write 1 to 5. Okay. Ready na ba? Okay. So, number 1. So, isang beses ko lang babasahin, kaya makinig ng mabuti. Klaro ba? Okay. So, number 1. Which of the following is the ideal temperature range for most molds to thrive? So, A. 0 to 10 degrees Celsius. B. 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. C. 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. D. 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. Okay, so number 2. Most molds require blank to grow. So A. Carbon dioxide. B. Nitrogen. C. Oxygen. Or D. Hydrogen. Number 3. Which of the following can create entry points for mold spores in food? A. Smooth surface. B. Bruises. C. Cold temperature. Or D. Low humidity. Number 4. What are the toxic substances produced by certain molds called? A. Vitamins. B. Minerals. C. Mycotoxins. Or D. Antioxidants. Number 5. What type of reaction can mold spores triggers in sensitive individuals? A. Viral infection. B. Bacterial infection. C. Allergenic reaction. Or D. Genetic mutation. So, in counts of 5, please pass your papers. 1, 2, pass your paper forward. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Right? Okay, very good. So,